Ever seen animations like this on faceless YouTube channels and thought there's no way that was made without a full team? You're right. It usually takes a skilled animator, expensive software, and a solid budget, but not anymore. I found an AI tool that creates visuals just like this: clean, professional, and perfect for animation. No drawing skills needed. Don't just take my word for it. Here's what I made with it.
Long ago, on the edge of a crumbling empire, a warrior named Osman dreamed of something greater. In the dusty hills of Anatolia, he carved out a small dominion, humble, determined, and destined for greatness. His people called it Ottoman, after their founder. That spark grew into a fire. Osman's descendants, fierce warriors and brilliant rulers, expanded the realm. By 1453, a bold young sultan named Mehmed II stood before the mighty walls of Constantinople. For centuries it had defied invaders, but with gunpowder and grit, Mehmed shattered its defenses. The city fell, and Istanbul was born. The Ottoman Empire became a giant.
Wild, right? The tool is called Recraft AI. Let me walk you through how it works and how you can start creating visuals like this yourself. Recraft is a powerful image generation and editing tool designed for creators and designers looking to elevate their visuals. Its latest model, version 3, outperforms most competitors in the AI image generation space. It's been ranked #1 on the Hugging Face artificial intelligence text-to-image model leaderboard for 4 consecutive months, even surpassing Midjourney. With over 3 million users, like, how did I just discover this tool? To get started, visit their website using the link in the description box. Before we dive into creating images with Recraft, let's go over the pricing options. They offer a free plan to test the tool, along with basic, advanced, and pro plans. Recraft was generous enough to offer my audience an exclusive $11 discount on any paid plan. Just use the code on the screen. Now let's sign in and explore how version 3 performs. Once you sign into the Recraft tool, you'll land on the dashboard. The dashboard includes various sections. Projects shows different options like creating mockups, learning the basics of Recraft AI, generating vector images, removing backgrounds, erasing areas, and upscaling images. Any projects you work on are saved in the projects section. Also, the community tab showcases images created by other users, giving you inspiration. The styles tab is where things get interesting. We have the general feed that you could play around with. If you have any style in mind, you could actually type it into this box and find it. You can explore different styles available like raster and vector, photorealism, illustrations, and vector art. If you like a particular style, such as whimsical precision, you can preview it, and if you like the style, click here and save it to your folder. It also suggests similar styles based on your selection, which is a great feature. Once you've saved styles you like, you can find them under the Saved tab. For example, the Enchanted Armor Fantasy style looks incredible, and you can easily revisit all your saved styles. The variety and uniqueness of these styles are truly impressive. The next tab is the Favorites tab, where anything you specifically save as a favorite will appear. Right now, I don't have any favorites saved. The History tab shows everything you've created on the platform, so you can easily revisit and review your previous work. I'll be showcasing some of these creations later on. Now that we've covered the general interface, let's create our first image. At the top, click on Create New Project. This opens a clean, uncluttered interface. To start, click Image and a frame will appear. When you click inside the frame, a style dialog box opens, allowing you to choose from various styles or select one you've saved. If you want to create a unique style, click Create Style. Here, you can combine different styles like whimsical precision and fully tribal geometry, and adjust the influence with a slider. After adding a description like cute white panda, click Generate Test Image to see a preview on the right. You can tweak the influence percentage of each style to customize the final look. You can fine-tune the influence of each style with the slider until you get the desired look and then generate the final image. Once the image is generated, to save the style you've created, just click Save Style. It will prompt you to enter a name for the style. I'll name it Zinni Custom 2 since I already have a custom style from before. After naming it, I'll save the style and it will appear here, ready for us to test out with other styles. To test the custom style we just created, I typed in Lady Dancing Under the Moonlight. You can also adjust the frame settings. For example, if you want the aspect ratio to be 16:9 for a YouTube video, you can use the slider to adjust it. Additionally, you can control the artistic level. Increasing it makes the image more expressive, while decreasing it gives you a more basic look. The slider here lets you choose whether you want to generate one image or up to 4 images at once. We'll set it to 2 images for now. You can also toggle text generation on or off. Another cool feature is that you can input a specific color palette if you want to use certain colors. For now, we'll generate the image as is and we can switch the color palette later. Click Recraft and the image will start generating here. As you can see, the generated image looks pretty good, but let's try some other interesting styles. I'll click back here and switch between Recraft version 3 and version 2 models. Version 3 is the latest, so I'll choose that. For the style, I can pick something like a hand-drawn illustration or one of my saved styles. I'll select a saved style and apply it. Once you choose a saved style, you'll notice an option to adjust the color. But first, let's generate the image again by clicking Recraft. This is how it turned out. You can click on the image and choose different color palettes, and you'll see it switch in real time based on your selection. You can also reset it to the original color. Another useful feature is importing colors from an image. Just click Import from Image, choose the image, and it will pick the color palette from that image. When you generate the next image, it uses the selected color palette. Let's click Recraft again and see how it incorporates the new colors. Most of the time, it applies the chosen palette effectively, and you can see the result here. It definitely used the color palette we provided. Another thing I wanted to mention is that you can click on Extract Prompt to see the detailed breakdown of the prompt it used to generate the images. Another way to create your own custom style is by using the feed option. The feed is similar to the community section. If you find a style you like, you can click on it and save it to your folder. Then go back to Create Style, use the saved style and add another style to blend them together, just like we did before. This is another method to create a unique style using the feed option. I've gone ahead and used the grain style, which has a really appealing aesthetic. If you've watched channels like Ted Ed, you'll notice they use unique animations similar to this. I applied it to the Lady Dancing Under the Moon, and you can see how great it looks. Now that we've generated the image, let me show you some of the editing features. If you want to change any part of the image, you can click Select, which allows you to use tools like the lasso, brush, or wand. For example, using the lasso, I can circle an area I want to change. Then you can type in what you want to modify, like crescent moon, and click Modify Area. It will update that part of the image according to your input. You can see it generated the crescent moon as we specified. If you want to remove the background, you can use the background removal feature, which erases the background and leaves just the main subject. You can also vectorize or upscale the image. For upscaling, you can choose between a standard upscale for higher quality or a creative upscale if you want more artistic enhancement. If you're focusing on maintaining the original look, choose the crisp upscale. Another feature is changing the background. You can type in a new background description, for example, dark skies with stars, and click Change Background. It will apply that background to the area where the original background was removed. Let's see how that turns out. As you can see, it generated 2 images. This This one turned out really well, while the other has some odd effects in the background, but overall it looks great. This is how you use the select tool, remove background and change background features. If you want to vectorize the image, you can do that too, but we'll keep it as a normal PNG for now so it can be used in other projects. To download the image, select it, click export, choose your preferred width and height, and then download it as a PNG or JPEG. Now, if you want to create a consistent theme of images, like in the Ottoman Empire story, here's how you do it. Go back to projects and start a new project. Once it opens, select image set. This feature lets you put in descriptions for each box. First, set the aspect ratio to 16:9, which is the size we want, and choose the grain style from version 3. I've gone ahead and filled in the descriptions for the 6 images I want to appear in the boxes. For the style, I selected the color theme I prefer and clicked open. It will use this set of colors. I also made sure the specified detail level is on the lowest bar for a more balanced look, but you can increase it if you want a more intense effect. Now I'll click Recraft and the 6 images will start generating. Once they're done, you'll see how consistent and cohesive everything looks together. This is done and it looks really good. I'll zoom in so you can see the details. This is the night overlooking the country, representing the Ottoman Empire. The image turned out well. Here's the soldier and others in the background. Zooming back out, you can see the full set. To generate the next set of images, click on the empty space. You'll be prompted to choose what you want to create. Since we're generating multiple sets, click Image Set. A new set will appear. Choose your illustration style, fill in the required details, and generate the next set, just like we did earlier. This is the same process I used to create the previous images. Let me show you the last Ottoman Empire set I made. These are the images used for the animation. That's how I generated all of them. Once all your images are created, follow the same process I showed earlier. You can export them as PNGs or JPEGs. If you want a vector file, just vectorize the image first, then export it. That's the full process for creating image sets, exporting, and saving them to your computer. Honestly, this has blown my mind. I can already see so many faceless channels using this approach. It's a refreshing shift from the typical Pixar style animation everyone's doing. This tool lets you create standout animations that look completely different. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Have you heard of this tool before? Tried it? And if you want a full step-by-step on how to animate these images, add voiceovers, and edit everything into a polished video, check out this next tutorial. I'll see you there.